This is the Nissan Hyper Force concept, a surprise reveal at the Japan Mobility Show which could preview the next GT-R supercar. Read on for all you need to know. Nissan has revealed a potential replacement for the GT-R. Called the Hyper Force concept, it's an all-electric supercar touting some impressive performance figures. It has a whopping 1,341 horsepower from its electric motors, almost 800 horsepower more than the current GT-R, and it'll use revolutionary battery technology as well. New Nissan Hyper Force design. Looking at this concept, you can see why it's being lauded by the press as a replacement for the R35 GT-R. It has a similar profile to that car, however it's been given a bonkers makeover. Aerodynamics is the name of the game here. There are active winglets up front to help channel air over the car and push it into the ground, and that massive air scoop in the lower bumper not only makes it look like some sort of bottom feeding fish, it too helps manipulate the airflow. It's the silhouette of this car which brings the current GT-R to mind, however you don't have to look too hard to see the array of bold creases and crazy fins. The rear wheel arches are massive, giving the car a muscular appearance, and there are yet more active vents on the front wings. In true concept car style, the doors open upwards for maximum dramatic effect. That massive wing helps push the back wheels into the tarmac, and there's a dual-level diffuser that smooths airflow at the rear. The twin-tail light design is reminiscent of the GT-R models which came before, although it has a modern LED signature. New Nissan Hyper Force motors and performance. Nissan hasn't revealed many details around the powertrain for this new supercar, however it will be all electric. The brand has also promised a power figure of 1,000 kilowatts, which is 1,340 horsepower. That's a massive increase over the current GT-R. That car has 550 horsepower from its 3.5-litre V6 engine. Being an electric car though, the Hyper Force is likely to be carrying some extra weight, but not as much as you might expect. That's because this concept uses clever solid-state batteries. Not only can these be charged faster and provide better range than traditional packs, they are also lighter. New Nissan Hyper Force interior. Open up the crazy scissor doors and you're presented with an equally crazy-looking interior. It looks like the set of a sci-fi movie, with plenty of information displays and red writing. It'll also change its appearance depending on what driving mode you're in. You have R mode, which will bathe you in a red glow to emphasize the sportiness, or it'll light up blue in GT mode for a more relaxed vibe. Can I buy a new Nissan Hyper Force? In its current form, sadly not. The Nissan Hyper Force will inspire a new road-going supercar in the future though, so keep an eye out for it over the next few years. Is the Nissan GT-R a good car? The Nissan GT-R is a sporty coupe with a well-earned reputation for offering huge performance at a knockdown price. It's an alternative to cars such as the Porsche 911 Turbo S, Mercedes-AMG GT and Aston Martin Vantage. Given that Nissan was trying to tempt buyers away from distinctly upmarket models such as those, there's little surprise that the previous GT-R was criticized for being too bland inside. Fortunately, Nissan heard those complaints and, when the car was updated in 2016, it inherited a new interior that meant the GT-R could match the alternatives both in terms of design and materials. The stitched leather dashboard added class while the simplified layout and new infotainment system will welcome improvements. You could even have the cabin finished in a two-tone black, tan color scheme, should you feel the need to replicate a Ferrari's inners. It's surprisingly comfortable, too. You won't feel cramped in the front and even the standard seats do a great job of holding you in place. But, if you do want more side bolstering, go for the GT-R Recaro model, which adds sports seats. Admittedly, there's not so much space in the back seat thanks to the curve of the roofline, but the 315-litre boot is surprisingly practical for a car of this type. You're looking at 130 litres in a 911 and 300 litres in a Jaguar F-Type, though the newer Vantage bests the Nissan with 350 litres. Inevitably, though, the most impressive thing about the GT-R is how it goes, and that's thanks to the twin-turbo 3.8-litre V6 engine. The latest version produces well in excess of 550 horsepower, meaning the GT-R can match far more expensive supercars such as the 562 horsepower McLaren 570S, with a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of less than 3 seconds.